I made a TikTok account just to show how ridiculous the house my dad designed really is, and it's going to be a multi-part one. Starting off with the living room first floor, here's the front entrance. It has to be covered in all these designs that were made by elementary school kids in arts and crafts. Next to that are the windows that of course have to have the same designs above it, because why not? This looks up to code. Here we have columns of the Roman time because he really likes that. And of course, they're not actually structurally sound. They're just for looks. Except for these ones. These actually do hold up, the freaking wall or whatever. Ignore these tires. They're just here for storage while it's being built. And of course, the ceiling have to have its own designs. And I like how this is just like a pastry making cake upside down. Lastly, the fireplace that's may or may not been overdone, with probably not enough ventilation going up because the fire and smoke seems to come out the front and blacken the white. Next, we have the kitchen. Same upside down cake design for the ceiling. This island is very thin, and of course it has its own columns and its own freaking design. For some reason, this is tile, but this is marble, but he decided to make it the same color and design as the one on the bottom, because why not? The plumbing for the sink is exposed underneath. And just to prove that my dad is not a designer of any kind, here's where the stove will go. And as you can see right up above, there's no ventilation and it's pure white. And it's totally gonna go totally well. Not to mention, there's also this right here. Who puts an outlet above a stove? What are you gonna plug in here? A glade that gets all grimy with food and whatnot? Or a cable coming all the way around that's gonna be above a burning stove? And of course, above it, it has to have all these intricate designs as well as all these designs up here because that's the kitchen. Here's the kitchen, and over here, there's the second bathroom underneath the stairs. And of course, next to that bathroom, there's one column, and then here's the second one. This door goes to the backyard, and it's huge. Above the bathroom is this eagle eating a snake, I believe, and above that is, I don't know what that is. In here is just a toilet oddly placed there with more things there, and I don't know what's back there, but it's scary. And then next to that is a sink, which there's no space for a sprayer right here, so I guess it'll be on the side. I don't know what's going on here. And then the freaking, there's all this. There's all this. God dang it, man. Next is the stairs, and yes, it gets its own video because it's absolutely ridiculous. Every single wall has its own god dang design that stretches all the way up the freaking ceiling. It has its own skylight. Of course, it has to have its very own column. There is no railing, so you can just fall off. In the middle here, we have a balcony from the second room over there. And at the top of the stairs, 2 more columns with his initials in gold. Because why not? But even better than that is his very own plaque emblem thing with, again, his initials in gold, in cursive. Because again, why not? And then the hallway at the top has this ridiculous design that he made, but with pretty cool ceiling lights. Next, we have my room. It's pretty tame, all things considered. It's actually pretty small. Of course, the door has to have its own, freaking stuff above it and all the way across the edges. Can't forget the column that doesn't do anything, along with the other column that doesn't do anything. Here we have this monstrosity that is the lights. That looks up to code. And of course, you can't forget the balcony that overlooks the beautiful staircase and the initials and insignia. Yay. Yeah, this whole place was totally thought out. I really like how this outlet right here is right side up, but then these ones over here are sideways. And then you can't forget the 100-year-old bed that he got from who knows where. That totally works, I guess. If you're wondering whether my dad's single or not, here is the bathroom. First thing you see is the urinal. I do like you have to take steps to get into the bathroom. Here is the toilet. I'm amazed it doesn't have its own design. Also, it's not used, well technically it wasn't. Here's the skylight for the bathroom, because again, why not? But the construction people forgot to close the window and birds got in and they started pooping and it just so happened to land in the toilet. Of course, the edges of the bathroom have to have its own unique design. Here's the shower area. One thing I will say that's pretty nice is that the shower head is actually taller than I am. I'm 6'3" and this is at least 7 feet tall, so that's pretty nice. Although I really hope that this is at an angle because right there is the drainage, but if it's totally flat, the water's just gonna puddle right here. And then we have the super bougie sink because of course it has to have all of this stuff on it. Lastly, we have the master bedroom. And of course, the first thing you see is a bunch of columns. They are totally not in the way and not totally in the middle of everything, including the other fireplace. At least this time they actually are holding something up and they're not just standing there. And of course, the ceiling has to have its own unique design, like over here and all the way over here. Another 100-year-old bed, because why not? Being protected by someone's underwear. Here is the balcony with, of course, its very own columns. And so the rest of the world can see he put this outside. Windows with the things on top again, because why not? And lastly, the fireplace. With, of course, his shield and symbol or whatever on top of it. But my favorite part of this whole house definitely has to be this. A sun with the emoji face on it above. And that is my dad's ridiculous house. Now, this is almost finished. It's almost completely built up. It just needs some extra wiring and some plumbing and whatnot. But he decided that he wanted to expand. So on the other side of this wall, he already has being built right now another part of this house. And they're going to knock down a wall. And of course, they're going to have a thing over there and whatnot. And if you want to see the other side of that wall, let me know.